What?
What?
What the hell is this?
Harumph. I didn't get a harumph out of that guy.
Give the governor harumph.
Harumph? You watch your ass.
I see you shiver with anticipation.
Let the show begin.
Hey everybody, this is David Heretic coming at you with another edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. And tonight, alright, we're coming back to Queens of the Stone Age. Yes, indeed. Queens of the Stone Age fans, feeling you. Come on now. Here we go. Before we go any further, for those of you who are feeling inclined to doing all of the clicks and the likes and the bibbity-bibbity-bop, do me a favor, before you do all that stuff, please watch the whole video first, okay? Give me a chance to actually earn those clicks and likes. Now, after the video's done, if you still feel like doing all those clicks and likes, then by all means, feel free to click away. This comes as a request from Thomas C. And Thomas wanted to see me react to this song by Queens of the Stone Age called Obscenery. Now, have I heard the song before? No, I have not. To the best of my knowledge, this does not resonate with me in any way, shape, or form. However, there's always a possibility I may have heard the song in passing and I just don't realize it. So as always, if I start listening to the song and I suddenly go, wait a minute, wait a second, I recognize this song, I'll let you know.
That's the truth.
You know me, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was posted by Queens of the Stone Age, okay? And the video has 432,000 views. It'll get you there. Other than that, there's really nothing else left to say. Link to the original video will be down below in the video description for your viewing pleasure at your leisure. Let's get started. What do you say? Are you ready? Are you ready? Because here we go. All right, here we go. Queens of the Stone Age, Obscenery, official audio. Wah, wah, wah.
Damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it, damn it!
Yeah, there it is. That word official coming off of their official page. Yeah. And look, they have blocked me before. They've blocked several of my videos, actually. And the thing is, they'll block me, and then I'll contest it, and then 30 days go by, they don't respond, so I end up winning by default. So it's like, why'd you bother blocking me in the first place? The thing is, if they do respond, the video ends up getting blocked, so they do block. They do, they just don't follow up, at least not yet. Let's hope that trend continues. All right, let's do this.
All right, boy, let's do this.
Now we're bringing in strings? Weird. Okay. The first, let's say minute and 45. Okay, let's take out those last 10 seconds. The first minute and 45. Kind of felt like they were going for a little bit of like a funk groove. With those offbeat accents. At first I wasn't 100% sold on it. I was like, this is, I'm not sure where they're trying to go with this. But by the time we hit about a minute in, though, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm feeling it. The groove is simple. I mean, the chordal progression, the notational selection, really not that difficult. They're really playing around a lot with the 4, the 3, and the flat 2. So it's like 1, flat 2, flat 3, 4. Seems to be like what they're really playing around with a lot, and that's fine. It's very. I don't know about the flat 2, but I mean the 4 to the flat 3 to the 1. That's very funk. But adding the flat 2 in there, that's a little different approach. It felt good. It sounded good. I mean, I was really kind of getting into it, honestly. And now all of a sudden we got these strings coming in. I don't know what's up with this. We're going into a whole new direction now, way out in left field. I don't know how this is gonna go, man. I couldn't tell you. I'm all for diversity. I am, but at the same time, you know, there's having diversity, and then there's sacrificing continuity just so that you can be as diverse as possible and make your song sound very disjointed, almost like it's a completely different song. I'm not the biggest fan of that. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see how this goes. Maybe the strings will make sense. Maybe they will. I don't know. Let's find out. Nice, thought that was nice.
Self-help, go out and help yourself. You must be pleased with miseries you designed. For your ism-jism, make us blurry visions for your brat or an inner child. Emotional at your taste with phantom pains from missing limos and flies. Oh, guillotine, driving in a wet train, bet you lose your mind. Hurrah! Let's do that. Enjoy scenery from ruthless. Yes, say goodbye. Let's do that. We're all cold and the metal when you slap. And the obscenery forget when used to play. 'Cause there's no love for anyone who isn't me. Let a little stray.
Hold on. What was that riff again?
For anyone who isn't me.
Doo-doo-doo. To the 3, to the 7. 3, 7, 4, 5, root. Okay. Let me see if I'm right about that. We're in E. We're in E flat. Yep. So, put it on the desk so you can hear some resonance here. Hopefully I can play it like this. This is very awkward. Okay, so Oops. It's weird playing like this. Easy enough. Yeah, it's not a hard riff. It's catchy. Definitely catchy. Nice transitional riff to get back into the main groove again. What I believe is to be the chorus. Yeah, it feels good, and it gets you right back on that root note to go back into the main riff. So it works well. It definitely works well. That caught my attention though. It definitely did. I heard it the first time. When they did it the first time I heard it, I was like, I hope they do that again because I want to catch that. And this time I did. So I was happy about that. Let's finish this out and we'll get to the review. Let's say it again. Yeah, not a bad song at all. Felt pretty good, actually. You know, like I said, the first like 30 seconds were like a little awkward. Maybe not 30, maybe about 15 to 20. It felt a little weird, but after that, like once I got into the groove, and I was like, okay, it has like a funk feel to it. This is interesting. All right, and then I was able to get into it, no problem, and it sounded good, felt good. Couple of awkward places. That string section made no sense at all. It's like, what a waste. Why did they bother with that? I don't know. There's a lot for me to think about here. I need to give this some thought. So let me get my thoughts together. I'll see you in the review and we'll talk about it. Well, there you go, folks. That was Queens of the Stone Age with Obscenery. This was a request from Thomas C. Okay, I thought about it, and the funny thing is, the more I thought about it, the less I found out I actually had to talk about, because a lot of the things kind of meshed together into, you know, just like, instead of having to talk about like 12 or 13 things, I'm only gonna have to talk about like seriously like 2 or 3, maybe 4. So I'm glad I gave it some thought. Otherwise, we might be here for an hour, and I know you guys don't want that, and honestly, neither do I. So let's talk about it real quick, and before we do though, let me give it my rating, because I know that's what people really seem to care about here. So out of a possible 5 stars, I'm gonna give that 4 stars. Yep, 4 out of 5 stars. I feel good about that score. Let me tell you why.
Why?
Okay, the most impressive thing about this song, in all honesty, was the approach and the feel. And oddly enough, they kind of go hand in hand. Rather than approach the songwriting for this particular song like anybody does for their typical, you know, rock song, most songs that we hear from Queens of the Stone Age, they decided to take a little more of a funk approach. That's what it feels like to me. It feels like they were intentionally going for like a funk approach to their songwriting, because a lot of the things they were doing were very funk oriented. Hanging around the 4, the flat 3, and the 1 the way they were was very funk. But they add the flat 2 in there, which I thought was pretty cool. And it went well together with the drum pattern. This is really where the funk feel came from more than anything. Between the drum pattern that the drummer came up with and the some of the offbeat playing that was happening within the guitar and bass, that really kind of gave it that funk feel, that funk approach, which I dug. Like I said, at first I was a little off put by it. I was like, I think these guys tried to be the Chili Peppers. I mean, this I don't know about this. I mean, it doesn't sound bad, but it just sounds kind of awkward. But then I really kind of got into it, and I was like, wait a minute, okay, this is feeling less awkward, especially when the whole band finally kicked in together. And I was like, okay, now this is lining up. Now this is making sense. Okay, this feels good. The riff, that one riff I showed, the 3 to the 7 to the 4 to the 5, great transitional riff. Really nice transitional riff. Now, by doing that transitional riff, you have to add an extra measure in. The way that they were doing it, they added the extra measure anyway. So they were doing like, you know, a 4-measure phrase, right? So they do their full 4-measure phrase, and then they tack on the extra measure for the transition. So it ended up turning it by default from a 4-measure phrase into a 5-measure phrase. Very interesting, a little different. Usually most bands will take that 4-measure phrase, and when they want to do the transition, they'll take one of the measures out and make it a 3-measure phrase, and then put that transitional measure in to keep the 4-measure phrase. Not these guys. They made it 5. It did, if I'm being honest, it did sound awkward, but not in a bad way. It was one of those things where it was awkward, but it just, for the purpose and the reason of getting your attention. Like, pay attention, everybody, we're transitioning. You know what I mean? Type of a feel. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that at all. Just not what typical bands do. It's not what rock bands typically do when they do their transitions. So it was different, but it sounded fine. I got no problem with it. Vocally, it sounded really good, very conducive to the style of the song. Guitar playing was nice. Bass playing and drumming were the highlight for me. When everybody laid out and it was just bass and drums, that was honestly my favorite part of the song. It was a little after the middle of the song, where everybody kind of laid out. It was just drums and then bass came in with it. And they stayed like that for about 8 measures. I dug that. Seriously, I think that was like my favorite part of the entire song. It felt really good. It felt really nice. My only gripe about this song, in all honesty, was that string section. I don't get it. I do not understand why that was even in there. It just felt like an utter and complete waste. It wasn't a transition. It changed direction for the song completely. It changed feel. It felt like the song was going to go in a completely new direction. And then when the bass and the guitar and the drums did come back in, they came back in right where they left off. So it's like, why bother? Why bother with that string section? It makes no sense. So if I'm being honest with you, it kind of stuck out like a sore thumb. Did that change the rating at all? No, it didn't change the rating. It definitely lowered my opinion of the song a little bit, but it wasn't like this was up in the 5s and then because of that we came down to the 4s. No, this song was never in the 5s, even without that string section. Even if you took out that string section, this would still be in the 4s, which is still somewhere between really good and great. So it's not a bad score at all. It's up there. So yeah, man, 4 out of 5 stars. I feel good about that score, and that's where we're going to stay. So 4 out of 5 stars, final score, I have spoken. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Reactions, Reviews, and Rants. Hope you all enjoyed the show. Hopefully I was able to entertain you. If I was able to put a smile on your face and brighten your day, I did my job, and I'm so glad I could do it. If you guys feel like joining the fan base, go ahead and click on that button down there. If you guys want to like the video, go ahead and like the video. If you guys want to ring the bell, go ahead and ring the bell. It honestly doesn't make any difference at all to me, but if you guys feel like doing these things, well then, by all means, feel free to do so. Well, that's going to do it for the night, folks. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, this is David Heretic signing off, reminding you to stay fabulous and support each other. Later. Peace.